What is going on, everybody? You're McLaren Speed Shop World Champion coming at you with the video with our boy Law and how to beat NL, the post, unban, the updates. This is our build. This is our list. Again, still overall a work in progress, and because the fifth set has just come out, it's going to take a little bit of time to get everything going, to see what shakes out, especially once the tournaments and stuff get bumping, to see what all the other decks are, and then going off in that, we will make further adjustments from there. It'll actually make things a lot easier once we see what officially like everybody's going to be running. But right now, work in progress of where I'm at to beat NL, and it kind of went together. Like the playstyle of trying to beat RP Luffy kind of works to try to beat NL as well. Although I gotta preface it by it is still just a lottery. NL is the worst matchup by far, and even by doing the stuff that I'm about to break down, you can still lose based on it is the life lottery. Whatever triggers they get from their life completely can cost you the game. Like if they, depending on the stuff they get. But what I'm gonna be able to help you guys with though is gameplay things you can look for. So first up, the deck breakdown. As you guys, if you tuned into any of the other like how-to and NL, the reason we have Sanji in this deck is for the NL matchup. However, if you don't get Sanji in your opening hand against NL, you kind of just lose, and I'll get to that in a second, and this is why I have Zoro now in this deck as well. But this is why you lose if you don't have Sanji in your opening hand against NL. So let me find, where's NL Sky? There we go. So what you are going to be looking for against your opponent who's running NL to know what's in their hand. So this was put on to me after just getting absolutely destroyed multiple times. And also my friend runs NL, and he was just putting me in the blender. Because with the only having Sanji, if you don't pull Sanji, what NL players will do, and this is what you know how they have in their hand, if they have Gadatsu, or more crucially, if they have Yamato, or more like multiple, or both of those guys, they will not attack you until minimum turn 4, turn 5, like straight up. They will not attack you. They will just decline. They will set up the board and play character control with that. They'll let you hit them down to 1, and then they'll stall you out. Because Yamato, if they don't attack you and you don't have Sanji, they will not attack, and then everything on your board is a free on-play KO for them as soon as they put this card out. That is why I had to make the changes, and it is why Ace is now just a crucial staple for RP Law. Is because of that strat. Like the not running Ace means everything in your deck is then in range for them to do this, and you just lose. You will straight up just lose, and that is a strat to look for now when you're playing NL. Like, still can't beat them, but you can know what to expect. Like the two things. So if they don't attack you, that means they have Gadatsu and or Yamato in their hand. They may have just one, they may have multiple. So if they do not attack you, turn 2, turn 3, like they just end it, and they're only attacking characters and not attacking you directly, you have to expect they have these cards in their hand. However, the other thing, if they do attack you, then that is fair for you to expect that they don't have those cards in their hand. So if they're attacking you early, that means they don't have those cards. It's a little bit of a relief, but yeah, Yamato is just the absolute game breaker card for our deck. Based on if they run that strategy against you, you will lose. If they get that set up and you don't have Sanji, like in the original build, you just straight up you lose. There's nothing you can do. You lose. it's everything's in range for them to just KO, and then along with like their other cards and stuff, they can just blast it out. Especially the builds that run like Thunderbolt or stuff like this as well too. It's just They can just KO anything if they do that strategy. So that's why, give me a second here, find our boy here, all the multiple stuff we got. So there we go. Post ban. Why I'm running this is because of Ace. Ace is the only card that we've kind of got access to that is in safe, and we need just something just in case that happens. But the reason why Zoro is now in this deck is for that same reason. To beat NL, you gotta have 2 reads in your opening hand to look for. You want Sanji, ideally. If you don't, Zoro is the backup, and the backup is why they have nothing to get rid of this card early game. And if you're able to use him once or twice to ramp up your Don, that helps you later on to get up to Ace, get up to Luffy quicker, get up to Kid quicker, and allows you to put more pressure on them and knock them down before they can get to the turn to bring out Yamato anyways. And that's what you can expect if they're not attacking you, because Yamato doesn't have counter. And that's the only benefit against NL with that, if you're able to rush them and take them down, is their top cards, Yamato, Katakuri, like Big Mom and stuff, don't have counters on them that you have to worry about, and they're not going to use them as even if they did that way. So that's why this card is like your second read. If you don't get Sanji in your opening hand, you mulligan out. You don't get Sanji again, you at least have more options now for Zoro. And also just because Zoro works great against everybody for this deck except for Sakazuki and other law players. Like everyone else, this card is fantastic against for what we need to do. But yeah, crucially now to beat NL, at least for me in this build, is Ace. And also because of Jet Pistol. And that's why I have Jet Pistol in this build, so we can maintain the board control, like if you get this, and still save Don to be able to get to Ace. And I've been just having more success because playing around Jet Pistol, like if you get it, has just allowed me to then launch more at the end, like high Don attacks. Like the strat of needing to launch a potential like 13k bomb against RP Luffy to finish him off. Like playing that way has allowed me to at least launch multiple different attacks against NL late game, and it's just giving me a little bit more success. It still is not a sure thing, like not at all. Like NL is still just a hard counter to RP Law, unfortunately. And again, depending on what they get in their life, you just lose. Even if you get your perfect setup, you could get Sanji and Zoro. And depending on what they life triggers that they get, you'll still just lose. And it's super frustrating and it sucks. But this has at least gotten me there. Like playing this way against them has gotten me closer. And I found myself winning just a little bit more if I can get one of these at minimum. One of these in the opening hands. It's at least giving me the confidence because now I know what to look for when I'm playing against them. So again, if they're not attacking you, that means they have Yamato in hand and probably Gadatsu. If they do attack you, that means they don't have them. So that's how you can kind of adjust your play style. If they're attacking you and whatnot, you don't have to fear that coming in. So then you can kind of play your guys and go pretty aggro, I'd say. But if they don't and they're saving up, then you just need to maintain the board control and try to get them down as low as you can. But then once they do, then you just gotta hope you can manage stuff. But that's why Ace has been really good, because regardless, Ace is safe from any of this. Meanwhile, like all these other guys, and then I still have Luffy in, just because NL likes to play like that rush NL, and that card is just one of the strongest cards in the game because of its ability of not being able to, because it can't be removed from the field instead of just being KO'd. Like that's the only card in this game that has that effect, and it's nuts. And the fact that they can keep it in, like if it would be removed. So that's why I just have this Luffy as a little bit of insurance, because you have that, their ability that doesn't work, which is nice. But yeah, and Rad Beam as well, that kind of chains into what I talked about in the last one. So Zoro gets you that extra Don. You can Rad Beam Kid if you use your ability, yeet someone out of there. This gets you the one active, so you don't have to worry about Don, and then you have Rad Beam. And you can then use Rad Beam to keep your characters in, because again, you don't have to worry about like the cost removal or power removal against NL. They do have the on-play like cards, they have crazy events that can blow you up, but if just regular stuff, and to keep you alive, like to help you stall out a little bit, because you gotta expect them to refill their life at least once. You're gonna get them down, and they're gonna refill it with Katakuri or Yamato or something, like, you know. So this at least gives you a little bit, like using Rad Beam. I feel like I've get like one more try. I can get like one more turn, one more try to take them out, and that's why I have it in there. Just because you can play around it more, especially with these other cards and the other abilities, like the fact that you can chain any of our power removal people, like Gordo, Otama. You can use Gamma Knife, whatever, and then you can use this just to get them. And again, the trigger effect is just nuts. The trigger effect is just game changing for us, and in a matchup where stuff like that can happen, that's why I really like this card. And yeah, also Rad Beam has a trigger that can help you out a little bit, and then depending on your situation, Gamma Knife as well gets you that extra Don. But yeah, this is my deck build right now. Again, still working on like numbers and stuff with the events balance and character balance. Like we have 2 Zoro, 2 Luffy, may adjust things around. But right now, this is helping me like playing similarly to like the setup wise against like RP Luffy with Zoro has opened up the same things against NL for me, even though it's different. But again, NL is still the hard card into this deck, and even if you get your perfect God hand, you can still lose. Like, there's just... When I go out and play NL, I have 0 expectations. I'm expecting to lose. Like, I know what to look for now, based on how they're playing against us. So again, they don't attack. That means they have Yamato and Gadatsu in the hand. If they do, that means they don't. So at least you can prepare yourself to what to expect. But even with that, you can you still is very unlikely to beat them. But this has at least got me close. It gets me at least a shot, and then just kind of comes out again. The RNG unfortunately is on their side with the life triggers, but when it's not, I can beat them with this setup. Like, that's how I'm losing, is because they get the RNG life triggers. But without those, I've been beating them. But it just comes down to that. The fact that they get, 6 tries, because you get the 4, then they're back again, and then if they refill, that's even more. So it's just tough to deal with. But yeah, that is going to do it for this part. And also got to shout out all the people that have been playing NL competitively, like on the sim, and like my friend and stuff who played NL, who's just absolutely just been beating me repeatedly, just badly with the other setups, and trying to figure out what to do against NL. But what was set up before against NL does not work against like RP Luffy and Whitebeard. So in a weird way, the unbans have kind of saved us a little bit with the NL matchup, makes things closer. However, I do gotta say, this does make the matchup against Sakazuki harder. But against Sakazuki, you still play them the same way. It makes it a little harder because you don't have just as many, I guess, like characters right now to get out in like a timely fashion against them, because when you need to get like the 2 per turn, so you can lose more against Sakazuki. But overall against Sakazuki, I haven't noticed a huge difference for me. But you can you'll lose against them if you aren't able to do like the 2 characters per turn kind of thing, depending on what they have. But we'll jump into Sakazuki in the next video. But this one's all about NL. But yeah, shout out again the people that have put me in the blender, all the NL players. You guys are the worst to play against. But all the L's I've taken has helped me like figure out, make a little bit improvements and stuff. And yeah, this is the build that has gotten me to, I'd say, like the finish line against NL and being able to beat them a little bit more consistently. But it's still just a life lottery. But yeah, enough of my rambling. It's been long enough. Hopefully this helps you guys open up some stuff too. Like, feel free, obviously, comment, see other things that have opened up to you, and any kind of successes you got, because I'm definitely open to it. Because I'm just been trying to find a build that just gives you coverage against everybody without like just losing to like one deck. I don't want just you pull up to wherever someone has NL and just auto lose. But this has gotten me the closest so far. It's still tough, but yeah. Let me know what you guys think, what stuff you guys have been messing around with, and if it's gotten you any success, especially with the unbans and stuff like that. But yeah, besides that, we are going to jump into some NL games, and then I'll put on what you kind of need to do, hopefully a little more hands-on basis here of what to kind of expect and how to like play around the Sanji and Zoros now, and mostly just Zoro. I'll try to show you how like the Zoro can really help you against NL. Alright, here we go. Giving it another go against my mortal enemy, NL. But not exactly sure what we'll be able to do here. So let's attack him. Uh-oh. Well, you know, that's things you don't want to see just immediately out of the life trigger is them getting that. But alright, they must not have Gadatsu, so they're attacking us. I'm alright with that. And they're playing another blocker? Jeezer, man. That's kind of nuts. Alright. Well, what do I want to do here? Let's just do this. Okay. So they got something with it that I assume didn't have a trigger because it didn't stop to read it. Play our own blocker here. Or I mean, there's no way, right? Okay, there's a way. Interesting. So well, let's do that. I have no idea what they got cooking over there. But as long as, you know, the next two life cards aren't nuts. So I didn't even look and see what they got. So another blocker. Okay, so they're just going. Plan is to block us out now. So 7 on 4. Zoro did his job. He got us the 1. And then another blocker. That's fine. We get another ace, which is pretty cool. So how do I want to go about this, though? Here, drop ace. We minus both of these. Down. And then I can bring in, what is he at? He's at 7. So we're at 8. We get the -3. So yeah, we have to just set up like an end game here. So we'll do this and this. So that gives both of those -3. And now drop our 3. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of one of them. Bring this in. So I'm at 6. So I'm still gonna need a couple turns anyways. So do that to get rid of 2 of their cards. So we got rid of this Big Mom and Satori, which is kind of nice. Now, how do I want to go about this? Do we try to draw out both of his blockers? This turn is, which I might go for it. Alright, so they did that. And then, I mean, there's no reason to attack him again. So we'll just do this. Because even if I attack him, he could take the life, get the life back, and I don't have another one. Like, I don't want to give him the extra card, you know? So they're at 8, which is fine by me for right now. And honestly, Rad Beam, don't super need it. Probably let him attack. So if you play something silly, What do I hear? I'm gonna go for it, so I'm fine with this. I'm fine with doing that. Even though that would have helped, giving us an extra Don there. No blocker. Actually, wait, if he's just gonna attack that. Yeah, we can just do that. Alright, so he's got El Thor because we're at 2. So he can do like a big thing. So I'm at 7 again. What do we do here? I could set up, if I drop another ace. Bang, bang. Well, this doesn't super matter because I don't need this. So we could get rid of this next turn. I have 2 blockers. If I could get him down to 0 this turn, that'd be kind of sick. So let me just attack regular. Okay, so he takes the hit on that. All right. What to do? Because I could. Can I mathematically save ace though? Because if I attack him, he takes it. He's got El Thor, because he can block it, so he can block 1. Drop him down to 3. With this, we have Zoro. I think we just get rid of. I think we just play 1 more ace, and then he's got El Thor. I can try to get that out. So if I do that, -3, bring out Zoro, we still get the 1 for our beam. So why not? We'll just do this and this. With this ace, I'll attack them. 7 on 5. Okay. Man, that is insane. 2 Sanji blockers? You're kidding me, man. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that. Bring in Zoro. Man, that is not great. That's so frustrating. But we have our beam. I could try to. I mean, we could go for it. Because I have 2. But he can beam. He can beam block 1. Block 1, and then just get another one. That's all we can do, unfortunately, on this one. We just gotta protect ace. That's it. We protect ace, and we have a shot next turn. That's what it comes down to. Alright, well, they did that. Which isn't great. Okay, they're attacking me directly. Okay, they're not attacking ace. So that means they have rush NL. Definitely ready to go. So we'll do this. Because if they hit me, rush NL, they'll do that. So I gotta beam out. Okay, 8 on 5. I'm fine with that. They have 8. So they have rush NL. Or not. I don't understand this play at all. What is going on here? So we can do that and that. Yeah, okay. That was a weird that was a very weird turn out of them. So play 4, blast this. I mean, if they have El Thors, I probably should just pick apart their field then, yeah? is at the very least. So what can I do? Because if I do, well, we can't do Gordo. So let's do this. Blast him out. And then I'm just going to starve him out is what my plan here is. Because they have the stuff to defend. So I could do this, minus that to 3. And then they don't have enough to do anything crazy. So this. So that's down to 3,000, 2,000. So there's literally no shot. Oh, attack them 7 on 3. Alright, we get rid of that. And then attack them 5 on 2. Alright, we get rid of that. And what should I do here? Go for game. They have this. They have at least 1 L4, so that blocks 1. So that's 1. And then they get 1 back. We attack again. They might have another L4. So they could block out 2. I think we just starve them. We starve them and hope they can't do anything too crazy here. Because I can't KO any of our people. And if I can just get the Don so I can launch some like unblockable attacks, then we'll be okay. So Cracker is all they could get. I'm fine with that. It's 1,000 for him there. So 7 on 5. They have that. What would they have? I can just block, like, I don't know. Anything I can get that could help me. So we'll just do that. Because next turn I gotta go for it. NL, Rush. Here we go. Get rid of that one and that one. All right, we got him. We've got him. There's no shot they can do like anything here. With we have 9. I can literally just launch a bunch of attacks. So we'll put 1 on Ace, attack him 8 on 5. Okay, 1 more on Ace, attack him again 8 on 5. Alright, they get the 1 back. They trash a card. 7. Alright. We did it. Conquered our demons. That's why I've got Ace in here. I mean, luckily though, we got the card. Like, we got insanely bad life luck, but luckily they didn't have any other stuff, but we were able to back up whatever. That's why I love this card. It just lets you save the Don so we can get our heavy hitters, and we got 2 aces out too. Played it safe. Starve out their hand if you can. And then they went for it all. I guess they just knew, so they didn't have anything. They dropped at Rush NL. I guess thinking we wouldn't do anything, but yeah, this is a setup that has been giving me the most success against NL, even though it's still not great. It's still just it's such a hard matchup, and it just comes down to the life lottery. Is you're literally just gonna win or lose based on that. But you can beat them. You can beat them, and I feel much better with this deck, especially with Zoro here. Because being able, if you get him in your opening hand, I feel like you have a shot. If you don't get him, then you need Sanji in your opening hand. There's the other strat, like, they didn't do it, so obviously we got lucky they didn't get Gadatsu or Yamato, because with the strat of if NL players get those, they won't attack you. and then you have to have, if you don't have Sanji, they can, ideally they'll just stall you out on the field until they can just play Yamato's like once or twice back to back, and then if you don't have anyone, like for us, Ace is the only character safe from that, because if they leave us at 4, they'll be at 1, and then that means 5 or less when they play Yamato is gone, so that's everyone else in the deck. So yeah, that's why I like this setup against NL, because these 2 cards help. Just, they give you a shot. If you can get either of them, instead of just looking for Sanji like in the regular build, this is at least helping me out with having 2, because then if I don't get Sanji, if I have him, I still have a good shot, because we can ramp up, try to get to Ace, and yeah. But so I'm so happy that we beat NL. That's awesome. I feel great. And yeah, it's still rare though. It's still under 50%. I'm say like beating this guy. Yeah, because it's just all comes down to RNG just in the life, and I definitely thought it was over. I'm not gonna lie. They got, with them getting oh, I gotta drop this. Them getting 2 trigger Sanjis. That's nuts, man. That's such bad luck. But it paid off, because we didn't have to worry about the other stuff. Again, we smacked Big Mom and everything like that. And that's why I like Ace in this build, is being able to play Ace -3 on something, and then on the rested allows you to still attack with your, like, your leader, so you can still gain the character zone, like board control. And yeah, that's pretty much my new game plan now when I face NL. And I feel like this build has been giving me at least more confidence to play against NL, because now I know what I'm looking for. Because outside how, like, the other videos, and like when the one I made with the how to beat NL and stuff like that, it was just often Sanji. But now you got two looks. Because now that things are getting better and feel more confident and stuff like that, it's going a little bit better. So there we go, is us beating NL, and I'm feeling on top of the world right now, making progress of like beating this guy. Even though it's still not great, but progress is progress, and loving it. Alright, here we go. Mulligan it out. Okay, we hit Zoro, which is nice. Let's see what we can do against NL. I don't know how this will go, but we're going to be very aggressive here. Alright, we're just going to attack him. Alright, thank goodness no trigger. And based on our hand, I could scoop this guy, bring out our boys, and we just go. Let's just go for it. What do we have to lose, you know? It's a lottery. It's a lottery. It's a life lottery against NL. It doesn't matter what cards you have in your deck, like how you approach this game. It's just all about this. So we'll see. If he doesn't attack us, we can throw Sanji down. Alright, he does attack us. Nice. So since he did that, I'm assuming he doesn't have like Gadatsu or Yamato. And huge, he doesn't get the search there. That's actually massive. So now we'll do that, get our extra Don, which is big for us later on in the game, because now we're at 4. So we're at 5. They're there. I don't necessarily need to do this to get rid of him. So I kind of want him to attack. So he has this. I might do that. Let's get rid of 2 of his cards. Alright. So I'd rather just do that. Get rid of... Alright, he gets a trigger. So there's one. That one. And he got Holy, so... Oh man, he's going to have another one of these. Uh-oh. Alright, well that's going to make things a little tough. But luckily, I mean, turn 3 we got him down to 1. So... I don't know, not too much more we can ask for. And we got him with 2 of those. So 6 on 4. Yeah, gotta do that. Which is okay. But we can keep him. Alright, he's not to 9, so he's not to Yamato, which is okay. So 7 on 5, I'm okay with that. No. Alright, now he's gonna hit the wombo combo on us. Alright, so I got that. So we're sitting at 6. How do we want to go about this? I can drop Kid. Dang, and a Gordon here. Kind of can't drop Kid. I need to get rid of a couple of these guys, or it's going to be game over. We have Fire Fist on this guy. So we'll get him into range so I can bring out this dude. And I'll keep 1 for the beam. Because he's at 6. I don't know if I can take any chances here. So I might need to use this on him to drop him down to 0 so I can attack. I don't want to do anything crazy and not be able to be able to do this, you know. On that was almost bad. That could have been not great. So that leaves us at 3. Have to leave him sitting at 1. Want to keep the beam on the go here, so we'll do that. And then we'll see what we can do next turn. If we can keep all our characters up, we might have a shot next turn. So they're going to attack us 5 on 5. We'll block out of that one. Okay. Take 1. Knew that. He's going to put that there. Of course. Of course. Saw that coming. That's fine. So now we're in the tricky spot, though. Because I don't have anything to get rid of this guy with right now. We're going to go 1 more turn, though. Then I'll have something. So 5. Because ace next turn could potentially win us the game. So let me just see what he does. Okay, that's actually pretty big. So we'll attack him, see if he'll just get this. Alright, so I knew that was coming. And now we can deploy this. I can use... well, if I get rid of 3, that puts it at 3, 4... Oh, I can't. I was hoping to do the chain and then still have 1 for the beam. So we'll do that. If we just had a power removal. I'm going to play defense here because he's got this. So that means he's got either another Katakuri or Yamato coming. So we can get him to waste stuff. Basically, we got to go for it all next turn is what I'm saying here. And that's fine. Alright. So, I knew that was coming. Draw our Don. If I drop ace, I don't have a way to get rid of any of these guys. I can scoop this one, regardless. And then, I mean, we could attack him. He's going to be at 5. But dropping ace for 7, that only gives us 1 shot. And he's got this, so that means he's got the L4 beam. But if I can survive a turn, the next turn, we might have a chance. Unless he gets that. Bruh. That... like, that, there's nothing you can do against ENEL when that happens. Just straight up. They get the bailout, like, stuff like that. Because now if I play ace, next turn they can attack me 1, 2, 3. I can 1, 2, 3. I can't really do anything. That really messed everything up. But we can still drop him. We'll give it a try. So I'll do this on him and then that on them, I guess, because it leaves us the 1. Then they're at 7. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. Get them out of here. Bring them in. Use a card action. Get rid of that. So okay, we got rid of Rush ENEL, which is pretty nice. And all we can do, is we'll just attack them 5 on 5. Alright, well, we can't do anything else. So, just gotta survive this turn somehow, and then maybe have a chance next turn, but again, they get any of this, and like if they play another one, then we're kind of past our expiration here. No blocker. So just gotta make sure we get out of 1. So attacking us directly. We'll block one of them. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Alright, well, nothing we can do on that. That's annoying. Oh, wait. Dang it. It's just out of reach. Oh, if this was not Zoro, if this was any other character card. Man. Yeah, nothing we could do. It's still game over. Next turn, man, we would have had them. We would have had them next turn if I literally. I mean, that's why not much else you can do, you know. Because they got the lucky heart of the cards. Can Thunderbolt, like the fact that it's. The trigger is 5 or less is nuts. If it wasn't for that, we would have. If again, this is just how it goes against ENEL. If it literally wasn't for that, we win this game. That's so frustrating. Because they have just so many trigger cards that just win them the game. It's nuts. They get anything in here, but that's. I mean, I feel closer. This is about as close I feel like I can get against ENEL. Overall, like, this is what the games come down to. If they somehow don't get that, then I'm able to beat them. But if they get, like, anything like that, then they just win, which is frustrating because they have so many trigger cards. Like, even if they get this guy in the trigger, up to one of your opponents or leaders can't attack, so that just completely, like, ruins your setup. There are other triggers that they have here. You get to play this. This one not as bad because the power is low. This guy, they get to play him. They get to draw, and then that as well. So, but personally, I'm okay with this result because, I mean, I played how I wanted to, and I did everything, everything we could do to get us there, to beat ENEL, but it just wasn't. Literally, it wasn't in the cards. Like, again, they just have so many cards that could be in their life that will just bail them out and they just win the game, because it's literally just a life lottery against them. There's nothing else we can really do. However, though, with this deck, with this build, I do feel a little bit better because again, we just had a little bit of mixture of like some stuff. We just didn't have the card we needed. Literally, again, if this was just a plus 1,000, then we win this game. And it would have felt so great. But it wasn't. And that's how it goes sometimes. Just small things like that just decide the game. And overall, I'm like okay with that against NL, just because of if we can get the games to be decided just by luck and RNG, I feel like that's as close as we're getting. And that's all I can kind of ask for is we just don't have a favorable matchup at all against them. And this is, if it's going to come down to a lottery, then sometimes you're going to be lucky, sometimes you're not. More often than not, we're not the lucky ones. We come out on the wrong side of it. But that's what gives the opportunity there, because again, came down all the way to it. We're literally just any other character card away from winning this game, and I'm okay with that overall. So this deck plays pretty well against NL, which is what I like, because it gets you there. It gets you to the finish line. It just depends on what kind of random stuff they get into their life that'll win them the game. And we'll take that, though. So that's all we can kind of ask for with being able to match up well, or at least better against Whitebeard and like RP Luffy. I'm kind of okay with all this kind of stuff, but we'll keep going into some other games and see what else we got. All right, here we go. Our nemesis. There's nothing I despise more than going up against NL. So we'll see what they choose. Again, we know what we're looking for. We got it. If you don't have Zorojuro, looking for Sanji, you need one or the other to have a chance here. So they get this. We don't have our dream set up, which is not great, you know. But, I mean, we get a Gordo, so we'll take that. But, yeah, we'll see how this goes, how this rolls out. Because they chose to go first, right? Yeah. So, not sure what to expect here. Yeah, I'm fine with that. They want to attack again. Like, it's just safe. Like, it's all of our stuff safe. Alright. Nice. And we get this for later. Okay, so I want to do that. And then I'm going to attack them. 6 on 5. And then where am I sitting with this? I mean, there's no shot they do that again. If they do that again, then I don't know. That'd be a crazy move. That'd be a crazy move if they put the taunt on here again. All right, another search. All right, Thunderbolt. Well, that's a bit annoying. Okay, they're doing this again. I didn't mean to double click that, but it works. It's fine. So we'll block that one though. So we'll do this. Get this going. So I have 6 left. We're sitting at 6. I drop Luffy. Okay. Can't attack. Well, that's annoying. Got him down to 2 anyways. So what are we at? 6? So we'll deploy Luffy. Going to attack this. 6 on 2. And then even though we can't do that, we'll go 1, 2, 3. Get rid of them. I'm at 3. How many cards are that? 8. Should we risk it? You know what? Why not? Gotta make big plays. Get rid of that. What was the other one we got rid of? Yeah, the problem is, though, they have that stinky card they drew, so they can just blow up. They can attack, and then they can just blow up Luffy if they trash. 9 on 5. Sure. I don't know what they're doing. It's like crazy, very, very crazy to me. But if they're gonna give us time to set up, I'm alright with that. So they got that going. So we're at 5. I throw down another blocker. I feel like that's kind of the move, so we'll attack him again, 5 on 5. Okay, they do that. I'll attack him 6 on 5. Okay. So they have a blocker. So we'll deploy a blocker of our own. And then we'll just go from there. See what we can do. Because I know what they were trying to set up. They're going to blast our... If we only have the one blocker, blast them and then stack a million. So... We'll see. I mean, they can still do that if they want to. So 6 on 5. Probably got to block out of this. I don't want to lose anybody. So 6, 7. All right, Katakuri. I mean, that's fine. It's like okay, because we're at 8. So now I can do this, get him into range, and then just blow him up. Should we... Okay, they use all their stuff. This might be... We might gotta go for it, guys. Low-key, go for the game here. Bang. So that leaves me with 3. And... So let's do this. So I get that, they get to play them. I'm gonna scoop them out. -3. So 1, 2, 3. Get them out. Bring out Zoro. So I have 5. Can we do it? Can we take him out here? So we'll do 1 on Luffy. Okay. So they do that. Throw down 2 here on Zoro. Okay. Now, what do we do? Just attack them regular. So they have that. Okay. They didn't have it. Woo! So what would they have done? They would have played Katakuri and sent one of ours to our life. Alright, we had him. We actually, we got him. Okay, they had this. Actually, no. Oh wait. So do you have to trash, you have to have life to do this? You may trash 1 card. Alright, so yeah, you have to. And then they had this, so that I knew they had this but they went for all in, so that was their turn to go for it. And so yeah, even if I would have waited, they would have did that, and then I don't know if this counts or not. I'm not 100% sure, but I had a beam ready to block whatever. So regardless of waiting or going for it, we would have won, which is sick because he only got the 2000, can't block 2. So this is how things have been going against NL. You're going to be on the the bad side of things with the luck. You're going to be on the good side of things with luck. And yeah, luckily, again, the major thing I've noticed of beating NL is if they can't get Yamato out like multiple times, you got a good shot. Still, it comes down to the life lottery, but Yamato is just a killer. and Gadatsu. So obviously they didn't get either of them in the opening hand, so that's why they were going aggressive. And we came up on top again with it. So yeah, I'm loving this build just because of so many of the cards just work well together against NL. Like this is free. Obviously against Sakazuki or other Law players, this isn't going to work. But against all the other decks, this card is great. So we're keeping that in. And then this card, just so we don't have to lose Don. And then you can set up the final turn. You can just blast whatever and set up kill shots. So yeah, this is my the new and improved deck right now, and how to beat NL post bans. It helps us a little bit. Like again, the beam helps us stall. Like it's not an end all be all, but it helps you stall to keep the characters out, and you can at least get there. Again, you can get to the finish line against NL with the rad beams, just in case. It still is a really bad matchup, I'm not gonna lie, but this is as close I've ever felt though as being able to beat these guys, because it just comes down to the life stuff. And yeah, luckily though, this blocker is in our range. It's the Sanji blocker that's a problem, as you saw like last game. But yeah, I'm feeling great, a lot better now on this NL matchup with this setup, and just all around against like everybody. I feel pretty good. It's still tough because again, like RP Luffy, they get Gear 5 Luffy. It's not great and stuff like that, but against everyone else, you can beat them. I feel confident about being able to beat everybody with this setup. Like you're still not. It's not like a guarantee or anything, but I feel pretty good that I can match up and take out anyone. NL obviously is still the worst matchup, and will always be the worst matchup in the future. Though, I mean, we just get a couple more cards, then we're fine. But as of right now, with what we have, this is as close as I've felt in a minute to like cracking something against this guy. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and yeah, the support for RP Law has been awesome. It's definitely my favorite in this upcoming set in OP05. Definitely what I would like to make, just depending on price point, because these Gordon cards are nuts. They're so expensive. It's kind of silly, and I feel like it is going to be like a big turnoff to a lot of people, because investing so much in a deck and stuff like that is it's like a big commitment. But I love this deck. It's so much fun to me. I love Law. I love the ability. I wish we just have a couple more things and we'd be right there. But yeah, living the dream with all this stuff. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to everybody in the Discord as well, in the RP Law discussion. You guys are great and super cool seeing everybody's like progress with RP Law as well, like winning your locals and stuff like that. It's been sick, and appreciate all the comments and feedback. But yeah, this is not like a final build or anything. You're going to be seeing a bunch of RP Law stuff, I think, as I continuously make tweaks against everybody else. But right now I'm feeling good with this setup and knowing what to look for, because yeah, being able to get just the extra Don, and then using this as well just to maintain like crowd control and not have to lose the 3 down. I'm loving just to be able to set up like massive out of game attacks. But yeah, that's enough rambling for the end of this one. And yeah, thank you guys so much again for all the support. It's sick, and I'll see you in the next one.